edition of On Monday, surrounded by other white men, President Donald Trump signed an anti-abortion executive order that has far-reaching consequences for women's reproductive health access worldwide. Trump reinstated the Mexico City policy that's signed by President Reagan in 1984. It prohibits giving U.S. funding to international non-governmental organizations that offer or advise on a wide range of family planning and reproductive health options if they include abortion, even if U.S. dollars are not specifically used for abortion-related services. The U.S. spends about $600 million a year on international assistance for family planning and reproductive health programs, making it possible for 27 million women and couples to access contraceptive services and supplies. None of that money is spent on performing abortions. Oh, God, it's just like the Planned Parenthood defunding that they're going to try to do. The Helms Amendment has prevented U.S. tax dollars from funding overseas abortions since 1973. Proponents of the global gag rule believe the policy is nevertheless still necessary, arguing that Helms isn't strong enough by itself. The executive order is one of the first Trump has signed since taking office. Sitting in the Oval Office Monday, he also signed ones freezing federal hiring. Oh, doesn't want you to have a federal job. And withdrawing from the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal. And, of course, a pan of people standing by his side showed that there were few, if any, women present. Guys, this is how it's going. It's going to go quick. The march on Saturday, the Women's March all over the country was great. It was a great statement. It's millions of people all over the country saying basically no to Trump. But this is how it's going to go. This is what Trump is doing. And Trump finally responded on Monday, today, about the mass protests on Saturday. And he was like, oh, you know, most of the women weren't protesting me. That's what he said. His press secretary, Spicer, said, I believe that we have to be honest with the American people, but I think sometimes we can disagree with the facts. What the fuck are you talking about? Facts are the facts. This is the crazy bullshit that they're doing. And again, the protest is great if everybody rallies, but this is what needs to happen. This is what needs to go on, is preventing this kind of shit. And I'm going to do another video about the lawsuit that was filed also today, Monday, January 23rd, against Trump. But here's something to think about. So according to GoDaddy.com, millennial spending power is expected to top $200 million this year in 2017. That's just millennials' spending power. So you might say, well, Graham, what does that have to do with an international abortion thing? That is where we have some power, okay? Where you spend your money. All these assholes care about is money. That's all these guys care about is money. And they're nonsense. Like a bunch of white dudes they don't want to help poor people. They call themselves Christians. You're not a Christian if you don't want to help poor people. You don't want to help poor people. It's awful. Trump's executive order has severe implications and could be deadly for women and girls in developing countries and conflict zones who often resort to dangerous methods of ending their pregnancies when they lack access to safe abortion. The World Health Organization estimates that more than 21 million women a year have unsafe abortions in developing countries, accounting for about 13% of all maternal deaths. The policy is rescinded and reinstated based on which party is in power. President Bill Clinton did away with it, George Bush put it back, and then President Barack Obama rescinded it again when he took office. Trump's cabinet is more white and male than any president's cabinet since Reagan. So, I saw someone post online, $600 million a year, why are we even spending that when we're $20 trillion in debt? Well, do some percentages. $600 million a year is nothing compared to what this country is worth. This is the wealthiest country in the history of the United States. We spent over $1 trillion, that's with a T, dollars on the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and we can't help out poor people? It's disgusting. and a bunch of rich white assholes just deny people coverage who need it. And again, it's not just abortions, okay? It's not just that. It's healthcare in developing countries. You don't want to help poor people? Then you're not a Christian. Mike Pence, fuck you, you're not a Christian. Don't say that you're a Christian. Jesus hung out with the poor. He hung out with prostitutes. Jesus would actually be on the streets trying to help junkies and prostitutes. That's what Jesus would be doing if he was alive today. And he would not be a Republican. Probably not a Democrat either, quite honestly. So this is why everybody needs to pay attention, okay? And posting photos from the march is great, but you need to get involved every single day. Who is on your city council? Maybe it should be you. Maybe you should run for city council, because that's how this happens. All these people have been doing this and working and going through the political system. And, you know, if we all sit out here and just hope that somebody else will take care of it because we're too busy, I get it, man. I get we're all busy. I don't have a lot of money. I get that. But we got to do more. We all have to do more. It means we all have to sacrifice a little bit, because if we don't, this is what happens. This is what apathy does. This is what happens when apathy wins, when we don't pay attention. And we just hope they'll take care of it. When a bunch of rich people, you know, I did that video of all the billionaires that were on Trump's, you know, at his inauguration. And if Hillary won, there would have been a different set of billionaires up there. All right? Take back our country, take back democracy, and pay attention, because this shit is going to happen every single day. Like this, subscribe it, share it, and punch a Nazi in the face. This is Graham Elwood with the Political Vigilante.